Pauja enters via quadrupedal locomotion. Pauja does not possess any garments on its person. Pauja is covered in blonde-colored fur over its whole body. Pauja does not appear to have sustained major injuries. However, signs of previous lacerations are visible in the form of scars. Pauja shows aggression towards Dr. Reeves, baring its teeth and flattening its ears. Pauja shows concern for Jake and attempts to move Jake away from Dr. Reeves. Jake looks for approval from Reeves, and Reeves nods, an affirmative sign in human body language. Pauja grabs Jake's arm, pulling him away from Reeves, wrapping its arms around him, whilst retreating to the right side corner of the room. Jake shows signs of agitation, fear, and embarrassment, however, does not attempt to move away from the subject. After a few microcycles, subject shows signs of calming down. Dr. Reeves attempts to initiate a dialogue. "Hello, my name is Dr. Reeves, though if it is easier for you, you may just refer to me as Reeves." Note: subject refused to wear translation implements. Therefore translated vocalizations were broadcasted through the room's announcement speaker. Subject refused to respond. "I assure you, I am not here to cause harm. Your friend there is named Jake. Do you have a name?" Subject looks down at Jake with confusion. Jake smiles back and waves. A human greeting. Jake shows signs of moderate worry. Subject looks back to Dr. Reeves. Subject speaks. "Name." Subject shows signs of not understanding. Reeves: "Yes, your name. Do you call yourself anything?" Subject does not respond. Subject looks back down to Jake and sniffs his hair. Subject speaks once more. "Fear." Reeves: "Jake is nervous, is he? Don't worry, he's fine. He's just unfamiliar with your kind. Just like you're nervous about me, right?" Subject hugs Jake tighter. Jake makes a surprised vocalization. Subject shows signs of curiosity, prodding at Jake's clothing. Subject brings a claw to clothing, ripping it experimentally. Jake stirs uncomfortably. Jake re-added to transcription index. Jake: Hey, please don't do that." Subject added to transcription index as subject. Subject: "What?" Subject paws at Jake's shirt. Jake looks back to Reeves for clarification. Reeves: "I believe he is asking what you're wearing, Jake." Jake: "It's just my shirt. Please don't rip it." Subject disregards last statement and rips at the shirt playfully. Reeves: "Could I ask you some questions?" Subject does not respond. Subject ignores last statement. Subject sniffs Jake's hair again. Subject starts licking the hair. Subject shows signs of scenting. Reeves laughs. Reeves: "It appears that he has claimed you, Jake." Jake sighs. Reeves: "Don't feel so ashamed, Jake. This is why I asked for you after all. In fact, this is already some great progress. Notice how he's not even concerned about me anymore. We usually don't see this level of trust in any Pauja until they have been exposed to us for about a day." Jake sighs again. Jake: "Well, I'm glad my discomfort has advanced science in some way." Reeves: "Actually, I was wondering about that. Do you really feel uncomfortable with what he's doing right now? I would assume that you would actually find it soothing. I have heard that humans used to have a history of grooming each other. I also know that you are fairly social creatures and that contact with one another can be very important. What exactly do you find uncomfortable right now?" Jake looks to Reeves, confused. Jake: "Aren't you supposed to be asking him these sorts of questions?" Reeves: "Technically, yes. But it might just be beneficial to let him get confident with us. I don't think he will be able or willing to do so anyways right now. Also, don't forget, you are also a pre-modern species. The galactic community still has a lot to learn about you. And, believe me, there is a lot to learn. Jake. What do you mean? Reeves. What I mean is, your ability to adapt to your environment. Humans are actually the highest ranking when it comes to adaptability. You learn new things at an incredible rate. So much so that your human anthropologists just might be able to put me out of the job in a few years. Reeves laughs. Jake. There's got to be more to it than that. Is that really why Earth is such a mess right now? Reeves sighs. Reeves. Unfortunately, yes. It really is that simple. You see, humans aren't just adaptable. You rely on your adaptability. So much so that it is your main survival tactic. As you can probably tell, you don't really have much in the department of natural weaponry, especially when you look at the Pauja. But, what is so fascinating, and what makes you special, is that you don't need any. You are the definition of the underdog on your planet, yet you manage to dominate your planet. But, back to my main question. I want to understand your psychology. Is there any reason why you don't like the Pauja grooming you? Jake takes a few moments to think. Jake. It just makes me feel embarrassed. Reeves. Would you care to elaborate? Jake. Well, I don't really know. It just feels like something I shouldn't be doing. Reeves. But, your biology would suggest otherwise. It should be beneficial for you to allow him to groom you, so you could theoretically prevent parasites. Not that I'm saying that you do, but your evolutionary history, as far as I'm aware, shouldn't discourage this sort of thing. There is little net loss for a potentially huge gain. Saving your life. Jake. I don't really know what you expect for me to say, Doc. I'm just a university kid. I think you should be asking these questions to a human doctor. I don't really know the ins and outs of how we work. I guess it's just the culture that makes me feel this way. Reeves. The culture. Jake. Yeah. I guess this thing would be seen as childish if another human saw me like this. Like I was being coddled or something. Reeves. Do you personally think it's childish? Jake. Yeah, a little. It feels too intimate. Like he's trying to say that he's my guardian or something. It makes me feel dependent. Like I can't take care of myself properly. Reeves. You realize this is a completely natural exchange, correct? If I'm not mistaken, even some of your closest evolutionary relatives do the same thing. I wouldn't say that this is something to be ashamed of. You are offering invaluable assistance to me, Jake. You should celebrate that. You are helping us understand not only yourself, but another species as well. This could potentially save lives. Are you not proud of that? Jake does not respond. Author's name and the link to original text is in the description. Consider tapping the thumbs up and pressing the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video.